What is up, Bear Bull traders? It is Thursday, otherwise known as Trading Friday, since it's the last trading day of the week. And I have been having a lot of fun with Delta today. But before I get to that, let me go back and show you my loss on AMD this morning. AMD tricked me. It was launching in the pre-market and just ridiculously strong. Sold off right going into open. Kind of looked like what we call at Bear Bull Traders a what do we call that? A rising or falling angel, where it kind of drops down to VWAP at the open and then takes off. So it looked pretty strong. It kind of consolidated. I was not anxious to jump into any trade this morning because yesterday morning was so choppy. Anyway, it jumped up, kind of consolidated, and it looked strong here. It stayed above VWAP. I took it long. Man, that thing slammed right down through VWAP almost immediately and stopped me out. So that was how I started my day. I think I lost $100 on that. It wasn't a huge deal. Um, but then I did not trade UAL during. Oops, wrong one. During this trade, who was it? Thor. Thor was trading UAL, and man, was I jealous because I've been trading the airlines a lot recently. And UAL right out of the gates, it was close to its pre-market high, I believe, right here. Yes, it was at its pre-market high, and at the open, it was immediately strong. And I wish I had been watching it, but he took it, and you can watch his trade review. It is on the Bear Bull Traders YouTube channel here, so you can check out his review or his recap and watch how he just had this awesome trade. Well, the thing is, Delta did not look like this at the open. Delta had popped up high and then at the open dropped down. And generally, these two trade pretty close together. So this is kind of a divergence in the sector. UAL was much stronger, but once I got done with my stop out at AMD, I saw that Thor had called out he was in this trade. He was already taking partials, and I was getting FOMO. So I started looking at the sector, and I saw that Delta, it just did not look as strong. In fact, I even called this out in the room. I mentioned to Thor that, I see that Delta is not nearly as strong as United Airlines. So it's a good candidate for a short, basically, if the market reverses. So let me pull up Delta here. Let me close these buttons so we can clean up the screen a little bit here and go back to the open. Now look at this. At the open, Delta just slams down and it's just weak. But the market is so strong it starts bringing it up. But this is about the time that I just stopped out on AMD right here. I did try to take a quick trade on this. It looked like it was falling through VWAP. I took it short. It did drop down just a little bit, not enough for me to even get a partial. Came right back up above VWAP, and I just stopped out on it. I think I lost like $50 or so on that one. So no big deal. I've just kind of watched. But we get up here, and UAL, this is about the time that UAL had peaked out. All the airlines had peaked out. Actually, the whole market, the SPY, looked like it was starting to pull back. And so right here, I was looking at L2 on Delta, and the bids were just stacked up. And I was like, this is it. And I've got to take this short right here before it even crosses any moving averages. And I did, and it worked out immediately. I started taking partials. Now I'm taking small partials here, about less than 10%, but probably closer to 5%. on my partials, and it comes right down, slams through VWAP, consolidates here for a few minutes. I do nothing. I thought about adding in, but I was already in such a good position on this trade. I just decided not to, just to let it ride. And then it just continued on. And I took all these partials all the way down and caught one close to the bottom here. And I'm down to about a quarter of my position left. And it comes back up. And this red line here is the 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart. It looked pretty strong going through that. There were some good liquidity above that. So I decided to just go ahead and take my profits and then kind of reassess the situation and see what's going on. And that was a good decision because it did continue on up for a little while. And then the whole market just started trending sideways. So I kind of quit trading for a while. Actually, I made another video, which probably will be posted on the Bear Bull Traders website. I did a video of my trade setup. So take a look for that, and you can kind of see how I have my computer set up, my office set up for my trading station. Anyway, you can see Delta just kind of chopped and chopped and chopped. This is getting into the mid to late afternoon. Peter comes on the channel in the afternoon. And right here, you can see Delta really slammed down again, looked really weak. There were huge bids at $24. So what I started just having fun. I'd made my day's goal, actually a couple times my daily goal. I just decided, you know what, this looks so tempting. I'm going to try to read the L2. I'm just going to take a few scalps. And what I did here is these are fairly large positions I took just based on the price action. The price action not only of Delta, but also of the SPY and the L2. So I took a heavy short here, took a couple quick partials, and then stopped out the rest at break even. And then did it again right here and took a couple quick partials, and I stopped out before that one, got back to break even. But anyway, this honestly, you might consider over trading. I was having a little bit of fun, just kind of testing my skills at reading the L2, and this actually made me, pretty good chunk of change doing this. So. But then I just decided, I better quit. I'm going to do my recap. And I started prepping, getting everything set up to do my recap. And then I missed the slam down through $24. I wasn't even looking. So I completely missed out on that. Then I got FOMO. I saw what was going on. And so I stopped my preparation for my recap and started looking at it again. And I just had to. And, there's no trading on Friday this week. I just decided, you know what, let me play with this a little bit and, practice my price action reading skills. Of course, not doing this in Sim, so I'm practicing with real money, but I feel like my risk was, on par for what I was comfortable with. But everything worked out great. I took a long here. I took half off here and then took the other half off here on this one. So then kind of watched a little bit, and it kind of still kept on looking strong here. I really expected before the end of the day, though, and it may still drop off some more, but I expected it to drop some more. But this was kind of more like a squeeze action because the L2 was actually reading bearish, but reading the action along with the movement of the SPY, I kind of thought I might be able to get some more scalps on the long side, and I did again here. I think this was a little over 1,000 shares here. Took a couple quick partials and then took the rest off there before it dipped down to my break even. And then I saw that it kind of looked like everything was kind of flattening out. The SPY looked like it started to weaken a little bit. So I took my first short on this run here, and that worked out great too. I got 4 partials there. Started to come back up against me, but it got into all these moving averages, and I said, you know what, I'm going to add a little bit. I'm just having fun, and everything's working. So I just go ahead and throw in some more shares short here. Now I'm only risking my unrealized. What I do typically is, my stop is at break even. So I don't ever risk anything that I've already partialed out. But when I add, I have to lower my break even down, and that's what I did, and it did stop me out here at my break even. So I didn't lose anything by doing this add really, and you can see it would have hit my original stop loss anyway. So that was no big deal. But so this was all kind of fun, and honestly though, all of these little scalps, I guess you would call them, that I did amounted to more than that big move that I got in the morning, which, I mean, yeah, it was a great move back here. This short here, and all these partials I got, that was a great move. But all these little scalps I did at the end of the day really more than doubled my P&L for the day. So that really worked out. And honestly, that's not a typical way I trade, but today it really worked out, and had a lot of fun here with Delta. So anyway, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think about these trades. Don't mock me too much for over trading, and let me know how your day went and what trades you took. I appreciate it, everybody. Have a great day and a great weekend.